Should have checked it with a magnet. Started sparking. Weird. This is cast, but this is steel. I went ahead and cut it. Got it open and was like, oh yeah. But then I pulled one of them pieces out. Just kind of yanked it with my pliers. And you probably can already see that. That's aluminum. Aluminum motor. Aluminum winding motor here. That sucks. It's really a waste of time doing this, but thought why not. If I tried to turn that in as a copper bearing motor, they would know, really. You know, they're starting to figure it out, or they already knew. And they just took it in, and the guy now is like, both yards here, they're like really cracking down. I know in the city though, up there in Indianapolis, no. It's aluminum breakage. It's not a copper bearing motor, it'd be aluminum breakage. They don't even have, I know Dumpster Marcus has one for aluminum winding motors. He's always talked about, but out here, yeah, it'll be aluminum breakage or steel shred. We don't have that category yet. I have 3 minutes. It's gonna take a minute to edit that part out. Well, besides the paint that I pulled out, I mean, it's just pouring out of this thing. All that corrosion could be a reason why it stopped working. And of course, the paint. There was actually paint inside here too. Alright, let's see if we can get this, whatever the heck they call that dude. Then we can get that off of there. And I'll sneak it in with my motor pile. About time to go wet my head down. Oh yeah, okay. I like to get one of those little handheld blow torches, propane tank blowtorch. Well, let's set a fire. We used to do it all the time out there, up there in the city. We'd poker games. Had a wood burning stove out there, and we'd fire it up with propane. We'd set all the wood on fire out there with that. There's some kind of heater thing. That little scrappy dude beating on it with a hammer, thinking he can take it apart. I'm trying to get him to unscrew things, but he just wants to beat it with a hammer. Anyways, I got free drill. Still works. It still works. Free. Let's get this dude apart. People are new to scrapping who watch my channel and all the other channels, but really you don't have to clean this up, man. I mean, I didn't have to take nothing apart. I could have just threw it right into the steel shred. Yeah, no problem. But me, I just like taking things apart. Kills time, gets me out of cutting grass. I still got to do husband things like start the fire, you know, for the charcoal and get the grill ready, but that's all I gotta do. I'll just sit out here under my shade, break stuff down. But yeah, you don't have to. You could have just threw the whole thing in. These little bits of plastic, you don't have to take those off. Leave them on there. Actually, the less screws that you take out, the better, because these things, once they drop, man, whew, that's why I use that rug. That's why I always use a rug or a tarp, so you can gather that stuff up easily. But I mean, still, they'll bounce off that, even that rug, you know. So, but it's fun to take things apart. Yeah, it's a lot easier than putting it together, I'll tell you that. Yeah, not sure what was going on here. This stuff just poured out of this thing. Look at this. This is burnt. Whatever, burnt, something burnt. Now, when I got this, man, before Jesse, Scrappy Dude, got a hold of it with his hammer, it looked like a nice unit. Most people look at it and be like, that is a nice unit. Turn it on, kind of works. They don't really fully test it, you know, for a day or two. You know, trying to actually heat their house to see if it actually works. They just turn it on, feel a little heat, turn it off, put it up for sale. Next thing you know, the person you sold it to, their house burns down. There's a reason why this stuff's in the trash. Now, a lot of times, stuff is good. Like my drill. Pick that out of the trash. That was actually on a heavy trash day, where a lot of things get thrown out because new stuff gets, you know, brought in. But I've been using this a lot. Before I sold that, I would use it a lot before I sold it. I wouldn't just turn it, you know, plug it in, turn it on, and be like, you know, it goes forward, it goes backwards. Hey, great, you know. No. That's why, you know, a lot of times I don't really like reselling a lot of stuff. And that's the reason. I don't know where the hell this just poured out of, but yep, something caught fire. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Hey man, there's some more of that stuff. Wonder what it was that caught fire in there, or whatever that is that burnt. I mean, that's not normal. I don't think that's normal. I got one of these. I got off my mom. She bought like 8 years ago, maybe longer, but she paid like $300 for it. This one here is probably a cheap boy, like 50 bucks new. It's making me think, man, maybe I should retire that one. I'm pretty sure it's about 8 to 10 years old. This is really nice, and it's extremely heavy. But maybe we should just replace it. I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, we haven't been using it in the last couple years. We borrowed or loaned it to other people who needed it. They brought it back, so maybe I'll just take that one part two, just to make sure. This, that scares me. But yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Oh man. This one here looks like it's steel, but this one here might be copper or aluminum. Probably aluminum. Oh, you know what? That's not sticking there either. That's because I lost the magnet, that's why. The old magnet came off of that sucker. Still not sticking. Alright, well. Those are the good stuffs. And the good stuffs. But it actually is copper. Look at this stuff. I wonder if there's some kind of coating in there that burned. I don't know. Weird. Anybody knows what that stuff is? Leave a comment, man. What's going on there? It must be a coating that was on there that burned. It's actually copper though. I mean, I ran into a couple copper ones before, but usually they're aluminum on the cheap boys. Copper, 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 and even this little last thing was copper where the fan was, where it blows the heat out the vent. There's a little, you know, curved thing, metal. You know, it was curved. That's where the heat blew the heat out, you know, the fan. That's usually aluminum, but this one's copper too. Ain't that cool? And this dude. How much copper is in this thing? Well, there's some copper there, but how much is copper winding is in there? Is it worth taking it out? I mean, shoot, it's only, I think, 10 or 11 cents a pound for the motor. This thing. I don't know. I'll tear it apart. Real easy with the grinder. You say? Go ahead and pull it off. I don't think it's worth it, really. It was easy. Shoot, it only took me like without having to pick up, if I didn't have to pick up the phone and record. And that grinder, I say it only took me like 20 seconds to get that off. These, I don't like pulling nails. I mean, it's hard anyways to do, really. So we'll just leave those on there. Was it worth it? No, because that's, by the time you scrap this and steel shred, that and copper weight, you're still at about the same price as a motor. Those guys got it down to a science anyways. Clean. This dude's about, that's about 15 feet tall. It's about 15 footer. That's about a 15 footer. Extruded. Got 4 more to do real quick. Time to fill this bucket up with the good stuff, Joe Dirt. Got my rivets out. Found it easier to go with my grinder on these things. Oh, there we go. On these things, the rivets just popped right out. They were steel. They're steel. I'll drill these out. But yeah, even if these were aluminum, those rivets can't be in there to be clean extruded. So, yep. Thought that was a praying mantis in there. It's a leaf. That looks like some clean extruded. This one too. Clean and clean. Cool. There's one of those fuzzy dudes on it. If the ends ain't smashed, I don't know, I might have a little problem because of this smash. But usually if the ends ain't smashed, you can pull that dude right out of there. Let's give her a try. Go. Oh. Pretty nice little load. There it is. Pretty nice little load there. Look at this thing. Yeah. All right. My father-in-law is letting us borrow it because both our vehicles are down. My truck's been down since the first of the year. The wife's van just broke down on Mother's Day. Fuel pump on the truck and transmission on the van, so he's gonna let us roll this here for a couple months. We got the insurance flipped over on it, and he told me to be very careful. Brand new tires. Just paid it off, like just paid it off. It's like 16 grand, 15 grand, I guess. He just paid, you know, he's paid on it for about 6-7 years. 15 thou, wow. Told me not to get a scratch on it. I'm like, geez, Jeff. So I'll take the non-ferrouses in because it's under a concrete and pavilion. It's all clean, but I'm not taking any shred in. I'm not going out to that yard. I'm not going out and screwing this thing up. The shreddables I'll just say back for the trash man, my man Brian Roach of Roach Trash Service, and I told him I'll just start piling it back here by the trailer and he can come get it whenever he wants. So all my shreds is gonna go that way for right now, because I'm not taking that stuff through the mud and shit. Well, y'all know, you seen the yards. They're trash, man. I don't want to get no screw in his new tires. Hell no. So we'll take the non-ferrous in, you know, because even out to Shelbyville, I won't take the they pay more on non-ferrous. I'm not taking it there because even when you're driving to the non-ferrous area, it is trashed. But down here at Integrity, it's nice and clean. So we'll take it there and take a little loss, you know, anywhere from 20 to 30 cent loss. But it's all good, baby. Little flea market action over there. I posted a few times over there trying to sell stuff. Did pretty good. Being chauffeured around. We're being chauffeured around because I can't drive.
Yeah.
Because I lost my license, I guess. Again. Again?
I guess. How many freaking times you wanna?
Well, I don't want to lose them too many more, but it's been quite a bit since I've been driving. I've probably lost my license at least 16, 17 times.
he yanked it out real quick like he was doing something. Why don't you just get your slippers on? They're right there. Ready?
Oh, my flowers are starting to come up. Yay! They're starting to come up. Weird looking thing.
Giant asparaguses. Gonna walk over to the flea market, see what's going on. Look like a couple people left already. I saw it this morning. There's a few more cars sitting out here, you know, like selling. Let's see what we got. All right, look at that. $15 for a 20-foot tow chain. Yeah, 20 or 15 bucks. Perfect. That's old school right there. It was probably made here in the States by a company like Link Build or somebody. Boom, baby. I'm giving that to my boy Scott. He's been coming out here the last few years cutting our grass and tilling up our garden for free. And last time he was here, he was asking me if I had a tow chain he can borrow. He can have it. I love that guy. Sit, meow mix, sit. Meow. That's a good pussy.